Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. And if you're not having a good day, you must not be in uranium because uranium had a good day. It was a really good day. I'm here to do the daily technical analysis update. I'm going to show you what we're trying to break. It's right in front of us. It's right here. It's right now. It is resistance that we are going to attack. We've got it lined up. We finished strong on a lot of these companies. They finished at their highs. So the momentum is upward. Let's look at the charts. I'm going to give you my opinion. You'll probably like this because the charts look really good. And we'll see if we can break. We got the momentum. We have the momentum behind us, so now's the time to break this thing and move. So again, this is just my financial opinion. Please don't use it as advice. But let's dive in. Let's see what we got. So here's uranium technical analysis. Yeah, we've got the physical price. I'm going to throw one trend line in. All right, you throw this guy in. We broke out to the upside. We did this little back test here, and now we're just flinging around, but we're above the support line. This line is support, most likely heading higher. Now we've got uranium, North Shore Global Uranium Mining, the ETF URNM. Notice what we're seeing here. All right, look at the candlestick patterns, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this guy. I'm going to throw it in here, and we're going to do some drawing here. So we've got our line going across here. That is what we're trying to break. It's right there. We are lining up to try to break it. Now, I don't know if we're going to break it, but we do have good momentum with that candlestick there. We have higher lows coming in, and we're almost coming to a pinch point. We did the same thing here. We came into a pinch point there, like that right there. Now, this thing's going to break one way or the other. But there's something that's different with this pattern here. I want to point it out. The pattern back here, when we came into this pinch point, is well, what I'm trying to do is I'm looking at these actual candlestick patterns here. This guy was a nice kind of run at it. And then we had this big reversal kind of sell-off pattern. We had small up days, which means the buyers were tired. And then we sold off. That's what the sell-off is. Now we've got huge buying pressure, small sell-off. Big buying pressure, small sell-off. Big buying pressure. We could break through it right here. We break through this, we're going to see a run, most likely. Or we could break through. We could do a little back test, little down day or something, and then run. It's one of those two options, I think. But we're right there. We've got massive volume coming all on the right side here. This isn't like little volume like this guy, which was big volume, but the volume is really stepping up. So I think it looks good to go for a run at this. I think it's going to take a run right here, right now. And now let's look at the dailies. This is a weekly chart. These are weekly candlesticks. So the weekly looks really good to try to bomb rush this thing higher. Now the dailies, we've got some stuff on the dailies here I'd like to talk about. And this is gonna be messy, guys. It's gonna be messy. So we've got kind of this resistance there, and then we're coming up like that. We're basically coming into this point. Now, even if we have a small down day tomorrow, which I don't know if we will, I think there's a possibility that just blows right through like that. Or what I don't want to see, I don't want to see us create a small little candlestick with a big wick at the top, signaling that we're going to stay down or break to the downside with the momentum. But this is the pattern. I don't know. I'm just speculating in all this. Here's the pattern. Let's try to break to the upside and get the heck out of here. Now, if we break this pattern on the daily, this guy here to the upside, we also break on the weekly. So we are breaking the weekly and the daily at the same time. This could be a big move if we can break it. I don't know if it's going to backtest and then just launch. But I think we're at that decision point where we're going to launch. I mean, we got the volume down here that's killing it. We have the big buying pressure, small selling pressure moves. We have higher lows stepping up into this big old line. I think it's about ready to break. And Camco's right there ready to break. I'm going to throw a trend line in here. I have to create a new one. But, you know, if we look at it from this perspective there, let me thicken this bad boy up. But there's the trend line, guys. That's what we're trying to break. We've got a low, higher low, and here we go. We're going at it. It's going to be at it right tomorrow. And we're doing that on all these. Next Gen Energy, we're going for it. And we're finishing strong today, which means that the momentum is still to the upside. Fission's putting in a bullish engulfing pattern. What this means is that we're lining up for an attempt to break the 95-cent level to go for it. So it looks fantastic. And we've got the big buying pressure, small selling pressure. Everything looks good to go. Looks like it could rip it here. Sky Harbor, we got the bullish engulfing pattern. It is ripping it. 13% update today. We're going to go right after this 65-cent line area and try to break and close above it again. Alaska, if you look at a big picture view, there's a huge line coming through here. We're going to go and try to break through it all. So it's going for it. Standard Uranium, if you just throw kind of a pattern through here at the tops, just trying to see what we can see there. There's your tops just by skimming it. And what we're using, the skim line tops here, is basically as a launching pad. We came up, we came back, we came up, kind of coiled our legs, so to speak, and now we're jumping off and ready to move on higher. Looks fantastic to me. Strong finish as well. Base load, big, 7.82% update coming up. We're putting in the handle. This is a big cup and handle pattern. And if we break this $1.05 mark, the size of the move is from the bottom of the cup and handle to the top. And then the projected move is way off the page, $2, $3, $4. I don't know. It's way higher than where we are today. ISO Energy hitting the turbo today, 16.62. What it did is it broke out of this little pattern here and it broke to the upside. So now we just let's hope it continues and runs. Asian Court looks really good with this bullish engulfing pattern. What we're doing is we broke that first pattern back there, but we're trying to break this guy right here. And the pattern here looks like that. We'll just kind of type it up, and there we go. We're trying to break out of this. So that one looks good as well. Pure Point looks good. Everything looks good, but big bullish engulfing. We're probably going to move on higher. Higher lows, everything looks great. Absolutely fantastic on all these. We got the two U-shapes, higher lows coming up. Big old update with a strong close. We'll see if we can continue the momentum tomorrow. Denison Mines, go Denisons. So our lows are coming up through here, and what we're doing is we're pinching up against this resistance. The resistance. So we've got this guy here, and we've got this guy here. You see what I'm seeing here? And we're coming up and we're pinching up into this corner here. And what I don't want to see a move lower, but I don't think we're moving lower. I think we're going to see a big move higher when we break to the upside. And why do I think we're going to break to the upside on the ascending wedge? Because we've already broken out on some of the other companies. And URNM has a lot of momentum. It's ready to try to break to the upside, just the overall sector. But this is what Denison Mines, we have higher lows. It's coming right now, right here. And this one broke out. And this is what I try to find. This is why we're looking at the entire sector. We're not just staring at a few of our favorites. You could say that we broke here and that we're actually breaking to the upside. And then you could draw through here as well and say we've got a line coming through here that we just broke on a bigger long-term perspective. So we're breaking kind of a multiple things here. We did it on big volume. We finished very strong, 14.27, and we broke through this resistance line. Absolutely fantastic, guys. This is it. This is going to be one to watch. We're doing the same thing on UEC. You draw it in here, it's a breakout. Higher lows, it's looking fantastic. URG, a little bit delayed behind it compared to the other ones, but still looking great. Here's UROY. Me, Roy? No, UROY. I don't know. I just like to say that. But higher lows, if we break through this area up here, we're probably going to see a big move. And it seems like we're just breaking through some of these resistance areas. And what I'm seeing here is kind of like this area in here is a little bit of sticky. It's got some resistance. When we break through this, you can see a big move higher. So that's what I'm looking at. We got the lows coming right underneath us, pushing us and compressing us against this line, against this resistance. That resistance doesn't have a chance. Doesn't have a chance. Encore Energy, finally getting a little fire under its butt, getting moving, 12.4%. Higher lows all stepping up. Everything looks good. Now we just got to break through here. Good volume. Bannerman's got the slowing of momentum to the downside. See how it's coming like this? I like it right here. It's probably going to move on up. Bullish piercing, bullish engulfing. It's going on higher. Deep yellow looks fantastic too. We came on down, bullish engulfing, ready to go higher. Good. Everything's lining up in the entire sector here. Looks fantastic. We got the bullish engulfing yesterday on Forces Metals. We've got the pattern of big buying pressure, small selling pressure. That's analogous to a move that wants to go up. Looks good. Goviax Uranium, we broke out of this resistance area back here. We used it as support back in this area here. We used it as support, came up, and now we're moving on higher. I think we're going to see a move higher here, guys. It's going to be, this uptrend's going to keep going. We broke out of the resistance line about 30 cents here, and we're closing above it. We're probably going to see a very big move higher. I own a lot of Goviax. I'm holding on to my shares. Good luck getting mine. You're not getting them. Global Atomic, we start to close above this. We finish strong, good volume. We're probably going to see another move higher here. We're kind of coming and breaking through this resistance area. Laramide's it looks okay. It's not as good as the other ones, but we're coming in, we're coming up, and we're getting a little bit sticky in here. If the rest of the sector goes up, I don't see why LMRXF won't. Centrus, my lord. I don't even know what to say here, guys. It broke out of this resistance area, and we saw this on the channel. We were looking at all this back here. We saw this big sticky area, and now we're reaping the rewards of knowing that it broke out of this. And we should be holding on onto our shares. Would I chase it up here? I wouldn't. I would not be chasing it, but I would hold on to my shares and not do anything. Let it make you money. Here looks pretty good. It's been moving on this uptrend. Not a big break yet. And then Kazatomprom. Some people were asking me why I don't own Kazatomprom. Well, when everything's going up 10%, you want to be up 1.72%. I mean, the chart looks good. I'm just saying, small gains. That's all. So I'm not. So Lotus Resources, this one looks really good. Bullish engulfing pattern. That's exactly what we want to see. Big volume. It's going higher here. It's going higher. Valor Metals, it's going higher as well. It's got the pattern to move higher in terms of the buying pressure and selling pressures. Looks fantastic. Blue Sky Uranium, big downtrend line broken, big buying pressure. Went sideways. It'll probably resolve itself upward. And then Paladin Energy, big bullish engulfing patterns all through here. Shot higher, and we're moving on up. So that one looks good. And then Appia, my boy Appia. What we have here is a pattern. I recently bought this. Yes. There's the line, the trend line. That's the bottom line. And then we're putting in this pattern here. Probably something that looks similar to that. And we break this pattern here, you're going to see a big move. That'd be the size of this guy's the projected move upward. Probably a little over $1 or so is the projected move. But I was buying right here at this bottom. On the channel, I let everybody know what I'm doing, so that's where I was buying. So that's what we have for today. Everything looks absolutely fantastic in terms of the way that I view charts. We're going at the breakout here, at that resistance line on the weekly on URNM. Are we going to break it tomorrow? Put in the comments section if we're going to break tomorrow or if we're going to hit the resistance and bounce back downward. Let me know what you think. I'm interested to see what everyone thinks on the channel and if we're going to break this thing or not. I think this looks fantastic. I think, in my opinion, I think we're going to break it. I think we're going to break Appia's pattern. I think we're going to start breaking all over the place. And the reason I think so is that we already have a couple, we'll call them leaders, that are already breaking to the upside. So I think money's going to start flowing in here quite dramatically. The ones that I like that I purchased recently have been Appia Energy, Bannerman, Forces Metals. I would buy Deep Yellow. That would be a good one. I haven't bought that one, but I mean, I bought it a lot before, but that's another one that is still perfect. Kind of looks like it's in its prime area for buying to move on higher before the move. And then all the other ones have moved and they look really good. So, good job, Uranium. High five, everybody. Bam. Boom, boom, pow. That's what I see today. And some of these patterns, they still haven't broken it. And when they go, guys, they're going to go big. So let me know what you think in the comments section if we're going to break this or not. Thanks for listening. This is Finding Value.